Voilà. Il est
It's 7 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. There was no additions, so it'll take a motion to adopt the agenda. Proposed by Councillor Hill, seconded by Councillor Leblanc. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary, motion passed. Are there items that will put you in a conflict of interest? No? If not, we'll go to number 3, presentations. There are none tonight. As you can see, the agenda is pretty short tonight. That's because it's right after the holidays, so it seems the meetings are really starting next week, so it's going to be a pretty short meeting. Number 4, adoption of minutes. 4.1, December 19th, regular council meeting. Are there errors or omissions? Proposed by Councillor Hill, seconded by Councillor DeVoe. Discussion, questions on the minutes? All in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary? Motion carried. 4.2, January 9th, 2019, special council meeting. Are there any errors or omissions? Moved by Councillor DeVoe, seconded by Councillor Hill. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary? Motion carried. Number 5, business arising from previous council meetings. 5.1, funding request for Clare dans un soir 3. Did you want to talk about it a little bit? Thank you. At the meeting for 19th December, the regular council meeting, we had a presentation by Nathalie Robichaud, who is the General Director of the Société Acadienne de Clare, regarding a funding request for a third version of Clare dans un soir 3. If you remember, the first version of Clare dans un soir was in part of Clare, Canada 150. There were 4 shows. They were all sold out. Last year, as in a Clare 250, we had a Clare dans un soir 2. We increased the number of shows to 7. And the 7 shows were very well received by the community, and they all sold out. Now, the Société Acadienne de Clare, in partnership with the Festival Acadien and the artists that are part of the show of Clare dans un soir 3, they're suggesting to do a third and last version of the show. And for that, they put in a funding request. The project is sponsored by the Société Acadienne and the Clare Acadian Festival. There's also a funding request that was submitted to the province of Nova Scotia. They're looking at a total budget of $26,000 for the project. Up to now, they've had 21,000 confirmed, which leaves 5,000. So the request that they did for the municipality was for $5,000 as part of the next fiscal year to allow for Clare dans un soir 3 to go ahead. So at the December meeting, the council decision was to look into the request and come back as early as possible with the decision. So what does the desire want on this subject? Does someone want to express themselves? Councillor Potier. I went to see the last Clare dans un soir, and I thought it was a really big success. It talks about the reality of what happens in Clare. They do it in a funny way. I would be ready to go and approve the money. So did you want to make a motion? Okay, yes, I can do the motion. I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare award a grant in the amount of $5,000 to the Société Acadienne de Clare for Clare dans un soir 3 in the 2019-2020 fiscal year. Someone who seconded by Deputy Warden Dusa. We have a motion on the table. Is there discussion? or a debate on the motion? Councillor DeVoe? Thank you. I just would like to say that, sorry, I also went to see the show. I laughed a lot. Everyone laughed. Laughter is a good medicine. We should laugh more. So I think it's very important that we help, that we give our help to Clare Sartro, and I think it's very important. Thank you. Thank you. Someone else who wants to express themselves? If not, are you ready for the question? All in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary? Motion carried. Next, we'll go to 5.2, hospitality policy. If you want to, yes. Just as a reminder, once in our regular council meeting in December, we presented a draft of a policy, hospitality policy, for your consideration. It's something that was developed in collaboration with the Municipal Affairs in the province and the Association of Administrators of Nova Scotia. It's something that's really encouraged that every municipality should adopt, or that they use this policy as a basis to develop their own policies. The goal of all this is to ensure transparency and consistency in the way that municipalities operate. The staff revised the policy, and we think it's something that could be useful. We did a few modifications to the policy to look at the way that we operate here, but in general, we're ready to recommend it as it is. At the meeting of the 19th, there was just one little question about the at the part 7 about the signature. Signing authority. We wanted to remove the president of the verification committee and add either the warden or the deputy warden or myself as CAO. We discussed that recommendation with the auditors and with the province municipal affairs, and both agree with our recommendation. They don't see any problem with going forward with this. So, seeing that this was the only thing that was brought up with this policy in December, it's the recommendation from the staff here at the municipality that we proceed with approving the document as it is tonight. So you all had a chance to look at it tonight. It's only the changes. If you're ready to adopt, it'll take a motion. If someone wants to make the motion, Councillor Leblanc. I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare approve the hospitality policy as presented. Someone who wants to second? Seconded by Councillor Hill. That will be put on the sitweb after? Yes. Discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary? Motion carried. Next, I'll go to 6, Warden's Activity Report. I really don't have a lot. As I said, we're right after the holidays, so there wasn't a lot of meetings going on. On December 27th, I went to a Christmas dinner at the Cuisine Robichaud. We do every year with the students, with the med school students and the doctors in the area. So three students came. And as we usually do, once a student finishes his first year in med school and it's a success, we gave them a small gift. This year it was a medical bag with their name on it, so that they remember the Clare municipality and that we're proud of them and their accomplishments. And it's so nice to see doing so good in med school. And January 15th. There was a funding announcement for BMC Seafood. I think most of the councillors were there. It was a good representation from the council to see the launch of their division of air freight, their air freight division. The funding in question was $225,000 from a COA for repayable loans. So there was a lot of people. It was a really nice event. They processed 6 million pounds of lobsters, and with this they hope to get to 10 million pounds, which is that's a big number for a company in Clare. So really, really nice event. So really, those are only the two events that I participated to. If you have any questions. Next, we'll go to official statements from members of council. Don't know if there's Councillor DeVoe. Thank you. Like you just announced, Mr. Warden, the announcement that had been made here at BMCC Foods, I would just like to publicly say good luck to Cedric and his team, and I hope that the future for BMCC Foods goes well. Thank you. Other official presentations? If not, we'll go to 8, correspondence. 8.1, letter, Mariette Bezuski, Standing Committee, Western Regional Housing Authority.
As you may be aware, my second term on the Standing Committee for the Western Regional Housing Authority on behalf of the Municipality of Clare will expire on March 23rd, 2019. I cannot stress enough the importance of a representative from the Clare area on the Standing Committee, which meets on a monthly basis. I would suggest a nomination by Council as the municipality's representative for the Board of Western Regional Housing Authority be submitted as soon as possible, as it takes a while for the appointment to be approved by the Minister. For further information on the process of submitting a nomination, you may contact Kim Jacquard. The annual board meeting of the Western Regional Housing Authority was held in Liverpool on November 15th, 2018, with representatives from each municipality within the region, and statistics were distributed for the entire Western region for the entire year, October 2017 to October 2018. Following are the ones for the municipality of Clare. Total applications. So currently on the waiting list, there were 10 families waiting, seniors 18, and non-elderly, which are defined as people under 58 years old, 1 person. Total move-ins, 1 family, 2 seniors, and 3 non-elderly. I wish to thank the Council for giving me the opportunity to serve the residents of Clare for the past 6 years. Sincerely, Mariette Bezuski.
So essentially, the practice in the past was to post to see who was interested to be on the committee. So I don't know if we don't need a motion to post this, I'd say. But something that's clear when you look at the numbers, the people that are waiting, there's certainly a lack of affordable housing in Clare municipality. That's clear just looking at the numbers. So are there any questions, comments? You're all in agreement to post up the position? All right, we'll post that. 8.2, letter from the Nova Scotia Association of Realtors. This is a letter that we received just as information.
The Nova Scotia Association of Realtors represents more than 1,500 members throughout the province who are dedicated to improving the quality of life for everyone who lives and works here. We are pleased to partner with strong leaders who recognize the important social, environmental, and economic impacts of the real estate industry in our communities. Realtors in Nova Scotia have been lobbying municipal and provincial government officials to amend deed transfer tax policies. Realtors propose that municipalities either waive the deed transfer tax for first-time buyers on the purchase of their home or extend the deed transfer tax payment period over 5 years. Each of these options can be tailored to suit the respective needs of the municipalities. For municipalities, a change in collection of the deed transfer tax would reduce budget fluctuations if chosen to spread the payment over 5 years, and would permit appropriate fiscal planning. For first-time home buyers, waiving the tax would ease financial burdens at the time of purchase and encourage home buying in your municipality and our province. Extending the payment period of deed-transfer tax will allow housing acquisition costs to be spread out over a number of years, as deed-transfer tax payments can equal up to 1/3 of a 5% down payment for first-time buyers. In 2018, new homeowners have boosted their local economies through spin-off spending, which averages $44,150 per transaction in Nova Scotia, plus an increased property tax base. Nova Scotian homeowners will also contribute an estimated $29.9 million in municipal taxes throughout the province in 2018. In the new year, realtors from your community will reach out to schedule one-on-one conversations and offer council presentations on our proposal. I encourage you to consider our proposal and how it can benefit your community and our provincial economy. If you have any questions, please reach out to Paige Hovling of the NSAR's Government Relations Coordinator. We look forward to speaking with you about stimulating your local market and attracting new residents to your community. Kind regards, Aaron Millen, President, Roger Boutillier, Chief Executive Officer, and Roy Milley, Chair, Provincial Municipal Action Committee.
It sounds like they will approach council for a meeting. I don't know if anybody has any comments or questions about the letter. If not, we will go on to item 9, the CAO report. Like the warden, my report is short this evening, more than usual. Just updates on certain projects, the cultural hub, the photo exposition that was at St. Anne's is now installed at the entrance of the cultural center. I think they finished yesterday, so it's available to anybody who goes to the center. For the sign at the road, the signs for each organization in the building is being made now. So we hope that that will be complete between now and a couple of weeks. Update on the Grand Fondo. To date, we have 73 participants who have registered. 27 of those 73 are from outside the province of Nova Scotia, and 23 are there for the first time to the event. So it is an indication of a considerable increase compared to last year at this time. And the launch of the event has gone well. We have a new promotional video launched on January 3rd that was viewed 403 times. New this year, we established a partnership for the promotion with Bay Ferries for Nova Scotia in exchange for service, and they will do the promotion of the event, and they will have their logo on the shirts that the athletes will wear. Part of the promotion that Bay Ferries will be doing will be at the Boston Trade Show from the 18th to the 20th of January. The works at the Veteran Center in Clare have started. Some electricity work is being made in the basement to replace the wiring. Most of the work will only start at the beginning of February, and we hope to have everything complete by the end of March. For Clare 250, you probably noticed that the moving of the stage is now complete. The stand that used to be behind Rendezvous de la Baie is now located besides Rendezvous de la Baie and is more visible for the people who go by and who enter the Acadian Centre or the Rendezvous. And we hope that the stage will be used a lot more because of that move. There is still the installation of steps and landscaping, but that will be done when the freezing is out. If you remember my presentation in December, we are in negotiations with Annapolis and the Mainland Telecom to have access to the contract that they developed. There is no new development there for the internet from mainland, but we are confident that it will go forward and that we will be able to release a press release shortly to advise the people of what is going on. For the World Acadian Congress 2024, you probably saw it on our website or on our Facebook page. The document for our as candidates has been deposed on January 15th. So it's a big job from every member of the committee. There is also a press release that was sent out to advise the people that the submission is en route for Moncton. As part of the evaluation process, the Acadian National Society will send an evaluation committee to come to the area in April. We don't have many details. I think the committee will be made up of 3 members. I don't know how long the visit will last. Then the announcement for the area chosen will be made in June. Until then, at our committee level, I think it's important that we want to preserve the momentum and build on the support that we received from the community. So we will still bring out some press releases on our website and Facebook page until the decision is made. As for the financial position of the municipality, it is still very good. On January 31st, 2018, the municipality had $8,891,091 in revenue versus $6,712,000 in expenses, for a net income of $2,358,476. And on December 31st, the municipality had a balance of $2,371,000 in its operation funds, $578,000 in its capital fund, and a total balance in reserve of $3,999,000. The last amount was as follows. The operation reserves was $400,000. The reserve in capital projects was $2,375,000. The landfill closure, $322,639, and finally our gas tax reserve, $855,409. And we are still waiting for a last deposit from the gas reserve for about $200,000. In the internal, the request for tax sales by tax sales have been launched with a deadline of January 18th, which is this Friday. A second request for proposal for the use of this former school at St. Albert has also been given out with the deadline of January 18th. And our guide for our policy on human resources, the draft has been prepared and is being revised and evaluated by the management team here at the municipality. Our subdivision bylaw is going well also. The committee met recently to continue the work on that bylaw, and we are in a position to present a copy to the committee meeting in February. And February 6th, and with the approval of the committee and the council, we will be able to present it for first reading at the regular monthly meeting on February 20th. Another dossier we work on is the Department of Firefighting at the municipality and evaluation of the fire trucks. volunteer fire service trucks. Last week, I had the opportunity to meet all 8 fire halls with Mr. Alquan of the Emergency Management Training, and they are evaluating it for the municipality. The visits have gone well, and we met with the chiefs of each department or a representative. And I can say that according to the comments that I had with Mr. Kwan, who is very impressed with the service, the firefighting service here at the municipality of Clare, and he assures me that the deadline that we had for the February 15th is possible, and I hope to have the report by mid-February. A few meetings that I attended to since December, and I participated with the warden with the students in medicine. The bylaw committee met on January 7th. The audit committee met on January 8th. And our committee for the candidate as for the CMA 2015 met also. And a next meeting that will take place shortly. The Department of Municipal Affairs will have a consultation meeting in Yarmouth for the planning criteria, municipal planning, and that will be held on January 25th, which is not this Friday, but the next Friday, and it's open to the councillors of the municipalities. Thank you. Any questions? Councillor Comeau. For the Acadian Congress 2024, the evaluation committee will be coming in Clare. Will they meet with the committee here or with the municipality? What is the process? I am not certain, and we did not check very much, but I have the impression that they will want to meet with the members of the committee for the candidates and also the councillors of Clare and Argyll, or at least certain representatives of the councils. But apart from that, I think it will be the committee that will be should have an agenda to sell our region and show why we should be the host region in 2024. The goal of our committee is to make the promotion and to sell the area. Any more questions, Councillor DeVoe? Thank you, Mr. Warden. I want to thank the committee for the Acadian Congress to have done an excellent work. They did not have a lot of time to do the work that they did, but I just want to thank them for their good job so far. Thank you. And I think it's important to note that we put on our Facebook page for the people who will, those who don't go to Facebook, as part of our candidates, we had a lot of letters of support, as well as a letter from the Premier of Nova Scotia and from certain federal departments. And we had students from the CSAP at the elementary and high schools of Clare and Argyll, as well as a letter from the CSAP itself and from a lot of people in the area and community organizations and the public sector, and also from individuals from Clare and Argyll who sent letters of support. Any more questions? We will go on to item 10, the committee, building permit committee.
There was, December 2017, there was 13 permits for a construction value of $737,000. And December of the past year, there were 5 permits for a value of $273,000. And the year to date for the end of 2017, it was $12.1 million. In 2018, it was $10.52 million. So about 1.6 down from the previous year. Hopefully it picks up in this year, so.
It's not too bad, though.
Any questions to Councillor Hill? Thank you. And we will go on to 10.2, the Police Advisory Board. Deputy Warden Neil Doucette. The committee met on Monday, January 7th. There were a few people missing. The sergeant came to announce that, gave us some statistics. He indicated that there is a new police officer who is stationed in Meteghan at the St. Martin Road. He was before then in Yarmouth, and he is a new member since about a month and 2 weeks. The sergeant said also that for the tickets that they gave on the road on 2017, there were 96 tickets in total, and in 2018 there was only 62. And they gave warnings. They gave 18 warnings in 2017 and 22 in 2018. And also, there is a sheet of statistics here with all the areas, Queens, Shelburne, Annapolis, and all the others. So there are different, it's in English, I will read it.
I'll do the comparison 2017, 2018, and 2018, 2019, okay? So for crimes, it's in English. There was a total, crimes against person, there was a total of 12 in 2017, and in 2018, 8. Property crimes, 21 in 2017, 34 in 2018. Fatal injury traffic collisions, there were 5 in 2017 and 5 in 2018. Domestic dispute occurrences, 7 in 2017 and only 2 in 2018. Computer crimes, there were 5 in 2017 and 7 in 2018. Total maybe suicidal occurrence, I think 275 in 2017, 2018 301. And they also announced that in Clare it's very well, people really behave. He finds it's quiet, and they're really happy with the population in Clare, and I can compare with other regions, and it's the double sometimes of what we have here in infraction, so it's nice. It was a short meeting, but that's all I have. Thank you. Are there any questions? Councillor Leblanc? We had a meeting for Waste Check on Monday, and they're trying something in Yarmouth. They did it a few weeks ago. They do the spot check with the cops. They have Waste Check representatives that go with garbage bags and a pamphlet that says about everything, and they were wondering if it would interest other municipalities. It's something that you could bring up to the board to see if they're interested, just to see. Yeah, that's something that I could bring to the sergeant the next time. I'm sure he knows about it, but it's something that they could do here. It's something new that they tried in Yarmouth, and they had nice success. It was they were out of Carl store, and everyone seemed to take a bag, so it was just to kind of educate them on garbage more than anything. So it sounds like a good idea. Other questions? So in terms of comparison, we don't have to go through all the numbers, but maybe you said Clare is, but I'd say we situate ourselves as well as any other municipality. Yeah, and even they compare us to Barrington. Barrington is a small municipality, and they compared, and it's pretty similar. There's Annapolis, Digby. Digby is double from our infractions. It's good. Okay, next we'll go to 11, new business, 11.1, National Volunteer Week. So again, just as information for the council, the National Volunteer Week will take place from the 7th to the 13th. Here, the Recreation Services will encourage organizations to, municipal community organizations to submit the name of volunteer to represent their organization. The volunteer can be a person, a group of people that do some volunteer work together, or a couple active in the organization. So the name of the volunteers that we will receive from different organizations will be sent to CIFA, and they'll be put into a draw that we'll do once a day for the week, and we'll really put emphasis on the work that they do as volunteers. So the organizations that are interested in nominating someone or submitting a nomination are encouraged to do it with the Recreation Services before February 8th at 4:30. And as with every year, as we do in council, normally the council puts up an ad hoc committee to evaluate the names that the different organizations submit and name one volunteer on behalf of the municipality. So it's something that we would ask you to do, or we'd ask that people could volunteer to be part of this committee. And as part of the banquet for the volunteers that will take place on April 11th this year, we'll also need a counselor to act as MC for the evening. So I don't know if it's something that you want to think a little bit about it, or if there's people who want to be volunteer now. I can share the message with Rayan at the Recreation Services. Is someone interested in participating as volunteer? Councillor DeVoe? Thank you. I've been part of the committee for the past years. On the committee to choose the volunteers, I've done it, but so I'd be interested in doing it again. If someone else wants to do it, I can remove it, but otherwise I'd be ready to be on the committee to choose the volunteers. Someone else that would be interested in being on the committee? Councillor LeBlanc? Yeah, if we need a few, I can. Yeah, I can. And Councillor Patier? So just between you and discuss with the Recreation Services to see when you'll have a meeting. So if everyone else is interested, I think we have our committee. That's good. And for MC, last year's, Neil, did you say April 11th? Yes. Is it a Thursday or a, yeah? Yeah, I can do it. Next, we'll go to number 12, in-camera session. We just have 12.1, acquisition and sale of municipal property, Eco Park. As you see, it was a short meeting, but the CAO tells me that this won't happen the next meeting, so it might last a while. People weren't ready to, because of the short holiday period, to come back for the council, but they'll be ready next time in February. So saying this, we need a motion to go to the in-camera session, proposed by Councillor Deputy Warden Dussert, seconded by Councillor LeBlanc. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary, no.